Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of a new season of Minecraft. I'm going to be playing FTB Infinity Evolved in expert mode this time around. It's a slightly older pack, at this point in time at least. It's still on 1.7.10, where about 1.10, I believe, is the new current major version of Minecraft. Mods aren't quite all there, so I like this. Expert mode is more of a challenge, lots of rebalancing, lots of tweaks, lots of recipe changes. We're going to just jump into my own little private server here, just running on my local network. I haven't seen what it's like, so I don't know what the spawn's going to be like. We'll see. We'll find out. And should be fun. So, get this loaded up here. Gotta do a little bit of cleanup. I was testing earlier, so just to be safe, I'm going to delete the map. Make sure there's no waypoints set that have carried over from my tests. I'm going to set a waypoint for spawn. We'll just turn it off for now. Not a big deal. I'm not in cheat mode, so that's good. I do have op enabled on this, just in case things break or I need to, fix something. One of the issues with running a server is sometimes things can be kind of wonky. But, well, we start out with our Open Blocks manual, our Materials in U Volume 1, which is the first of the Tinker's Construct manuals, and a single apple. And we're going to, like any beginning Minecraft Let's Play, we are going to punch a tree and get some wood. Pretty standard stuff. Actually, before anything else, I'm going to run a command. FTB mode set expert. It's going to look like it locks up here a little bit, but it's going to reload a bunch of configs, and game mode is now set to expert. The difficulty setting should be hard. And expert, like I was saying, tweaks a lot of stuff. One of the first things you're going to notice is you get 2 wood planks for each wood log. And you only get 2 sticks for each 2 wood planks. So your yield is a lot lower than it would normally be. I'm going to pick up these pumpkins, and here we have some herb gardens from Pam's Harvest Craft. A little trick is if you want to just pick up the garden itself, if you right click on it, you can get the entire garden. Otherwise, if you were to break it just normally, you get all its contents. So for saving inventory space, just getting the garden itself is a nice little trick. So we'll pick those up. We'll pick up some of these pumpkins. Now, when starting out, it can be kind of slow, obviously, especially in expert mode, where things are even slower in the beginning than normal. I like to do a lot of exploration to start out with. I like to, explore the map, try to collect some starting resources, try to get a lot of different stuff going for me before I settle down, try to find an ideal place instead of just settling wherever. Ideally, would find... Ooh, hello. Okay, didn't mean to do that. Ideally would hopefully find some stuff in villages that'll help kind of, bootstrap my early game progress. Kind of get a kickstart there. I am going to punch down one more tree here. Because again, your early game wood yields are a lot lower, half of what they would be, so you can get back up to full yield, but you need to use machines like sawmills to achieve that. So we're going to make a quick crafting table. We're going to make the only wood tool you can make. All the rest are disabled. Only wooden tool you can make is a pickaxe, and it's got, I believe it's 5 uses, so not much on there. Probably should have just left that crafting table there. And okay, so it looks like 6 uses. We've got our starting cobble. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to get out of that hole. We're going to use that to make some starting tools here. First and foremost, we want to make a stone pickaxe. That way we can get more cobble to continue the cycle, basically. We're also going to make a stone axe, which is going to serve both as an axe and as a starting weapon. We're going to pick up a little more stone here, just so we have enough to make another set of tools. And in the beginning, you can't make stone swords. So your axe is going to be both your chopping implement and your weapon. Now, looking at the mini-map in the top right-hand corner of the screen, we have a village to the north. We will definitely be going and exploring. We will collect some apples first. Now we have a lot of Botania flowers around here. Inventory space is a big deal in the beginning, at least when you do as much exploring as I do. So you kind of want to keep track of that, and I won't be picking up everything I come across. You know, I could be picking flowers and whatnot, but at the moment it's better just to kind of conserve space. I will be picking up the gardens I come across just because they're useful to get. They're a good early source of food. Got a forest fire going over here. And also some of the produce is actually used for a few different recipes, aside from just food items. So collecting as much of that in the beginning is a good thing. So we do have a village here. We've got a little bookshop here. Got some witchery books. We have a Thaumonomicon up there. We will take the torn page. None of the rest of this is too interesting at the moment. We'll take a Thaumonomicon. Why not? We will grab that page too. These are used in witchery to get a different book down the line to unlock some stuff. It looks like it's already getting late because being a server, it was started before I started playing. So a little bit of time was burned there. Are there any sheep? Looks like there might be some, according to the minimap at least, over here on the other side of the village. Try to get a bed going. Sleep through the night. We have a troll-faced sheep here. Come on. I know, I massacred you. It's not very fun, but I need a bed. Ideally, I'd like to get a sleeping bag instead of a bed when starting out here, but for now, a bed will do. Better than having to deal with the night and all the monsters. We'll pick up all these berries. They tend to be a somewhat decent boost to your food early on. And we'll just kind of wander through this village a bit. Can take some of these carrots. I think I'm going to pass on the wheat, actually. Again, conserving some inventory space. The carrots and the potatoes are nice, but you can get wheat pretty easily anywhere. We have a RF Tools villager hut here. You can get some redstone lamps, and behind here there's some sequencers, which are kind of nice, but again, conserving inventory space, I'm not going to deal with that at the moment. We will take some more carrots. This looks to be just a basic village hut, so does that. Here we have a place with some bookshelves, which we will steal. Might as well. Books are one of those kind of annoying things to make, so getting them for free is nice. Here we have a castle, and we're going to go up in this tallest tower here because there is a secret hidden up here. Over on this side, the side without the wood, if you break this cobblestone, there is a chest. And the golden axe is worthless. The golden chest plate, these could be melted down for gold later on, but again, conserving inventory space, we will wear a chest plate just to get some armor. It's not great, but it helps, and it's free. We will take the gold. Got a guard tower here. We will come up and check out what's going on up here. Some bread. Do I want the bow? Do I want the bow? We'll take it. I can always drop it later. Kind of survey the area here. So we've been through all this. We have a church type thing there. Some more buildings. Over here, that looks like a Thaumcraft tower. Yeah, because there's a Thaumcraft villager. And we have a greenhouse, which is nice. So, some more places to loot. Didn't see a blacksmith offhand, which is a little disappointing, but we're just going to eat some of this loose food in our inventory here. And check out over here. I don't think there's anything of interest in here. No. We do have an apothecary. This is the witchery added building, just like the castle and the guard tower are all witchery too. But we can get a fire protection poppet, which we're going to leave behind. We can't actually use it yet. We'll need to get some other things in witchery in order to bind it to ourselves. We'll take the cactus. You never know when you're going to have a difficult time trying to find a village or a desert. We're going to note that there is a greenhouse here. Probably just make a waypoint here. And all this stuff could be very useful down the road. We got melon seeds, belladonna, cotton, snowbell, so you can really boost your early game stuff here, because some of this is actually rather hard to get otherwise. Things like the belladonna and witchery seeds are kind of a hassle. The Botania seeds, again, are a bit of a hassle, so lots of good stuff here. We'll definitely remember that it's there. I don't have the inventory space to actually do much with it at the moment. But we will raid the rest of this village here. Got some carrots. Take some more of that. Now, as for where I want to set up a more permanent base, I don't have a, exact biome or anything in mind, but something probably forested, green. I kind of like the look of those types of biomes. I'm gonna take this glowstone. Yeah. Just a decent place to live and set up a little bit of our own village, I guess, is probably the approach I'm going to be taking. Is there anything interesting in here? What am I doing? There we go. Okay. No. There is nothing interesting in there. Finally, how am I on books? Getting a stack of books for free early on is always a nice thing. Definitely doesn't hurt. So we have a lava pool over here. Not bad, not bad. This isn't a terrible area, but there's still lots of exploring left to be done. So we're just gonna head off. We'll head off in this direction, west. This is a mountain biome, apparently. So if we find the edge, it's probably gonna slope off pretty drastically. Got some more herb gardens here. Pick up. And up here, some apples. We will steal. Definitely, definitely. Early game food can be an issue, but the way things are going for us. This is an infinite water spring. These are added by Buildcraft, I believe. It actually goes all the way down to bedrock. If I were to jump in here, I could float down. not going to do that. And I believe it regenerates its water if you were to pump it out. It's not super useful normally. If you were playing a game or had a mod or something that removed infinite water, then that would be much more useful than it is. But as is, with vanilla mechanics and the ability to get infinite water easily, it's really not worthwhile to mess with those. They are nice if you want to get down into the earth real quick. You can just kind of float down and use some of the various tricks to ensure that you don't drown. You can get all the way down to bedrock if that's what you're interested in. Now, there are sheep here, and I am sadly going to have to kill them. 1, they give food. 2, they give wool. And I would like to get enough wool to make a sleeping bag. I think that for a sleeping bag you need 8 pieces of wool, if I'm not mistaken. You have to turn 4 into carpet. And then I think it takes another 4 just normal wool blocks to make a sleeping bag. But there's lots of sheep around here. Now, one of the things that would be really nice to find early on here during our exploration would be actually some higher tier metals. If we could find, for example, like some dark iron, that'll really speed up our early game progress. Will allow us to get more materials that we wouldn't normally be able to get as quickly, and would be a nice thing. I like to, if I can find some dark iron, I like to make it into a tinker's pickaxe. Because dark iron, or dark steel I believe is what it's called. Dark steel can mine everything, if I'm not mistaken. And while it would obviously take dark steel to repair a dark steel pickaxe, if you get some moss and put the moss modifier on it, it'll repair itself. We're going to drop the gray wool for now and head off in this direction. And the first few days I usually spend just running around and, looking for stuff. We have a jungle over here. So I know now, hey, if I need anything out of the jungle, and I will, it's over here. And we have a marshy type biome, which is not as much fun. So we're actually we should probably stop jumping and running as much as I am. That burns through food pretty quickly. Which isn't a great idea. I should have more than enough wool, so I don't need to massacre any more poor sheep. I can't resist picking the apples, though. I've had too many cases where I've run out of food early on. We have a textile garden, which is nice. Get some cotton, can be turned into string and then into wool. Head up this direction, probably follow the edge of the mountain around. I'd like to find some cows and get a decent amount of leather. But first I need to get a sleeping bag built. That's wrong. That's right. Sleeping bag. Awesome. I don't really need that carpet. Again, saving inventory space. We'll try to eat up these potatoes. What was I making? I was making another axe. Burn through the one I have already. And with a sleeping bag, we can just plop down and sleep. Pretty much anywhere. The ground has to be clear, it has to be night. It doesn't mess with your spawn point, so it doesn't set it, but that's also a good thing in that it doesn't reset it. So if you have it set somewhere and you use your sleeping bag out in the world, you don't have to worry about messing up where you're going to be respawning if you were to die. And we have another pretty sheer cliff face here down into marsh. The map shows me cows, and like I was saying, getting some early leather is nice because one of the first things I like to make, if I can, is a hang glider. It's an item from Open Blocks, I believe. I must be out of space. By Berry and Gourd Garden. It's an item, I think it's from Open Blocks, and it does what you think a hang glider would do. It allows you to glide around, which is extremely helpful early on in terms of traveling faster and farther. Especially in expert mode. Hey, buddy. Oh, zombies. Especially in expert mode where getting some of the higher tier travel abilities or items is a lot more difficult than it would normally be. So being able to, I could jump off here and just glide off into the sunset, basically. And, get a lot of travel that way without having to expend as much energy. But you need 12 leather for that. So it's not exactly cheap. We'll just continue chowing down on the random stuff we have in our inventory. There's a meteorite over there. That's from Applied Energistics, and will definitely come in handy later on, although now we don't have anything we can really do with it. We also have a slime island. It's Tinker's Construct, and again, useful. We can get some interesting resources up there, and we'll want to get up to one and raid it eventually. But again, at the moment, we don't really have a way up there, first off. And we don't really have a use for anything we could get there yet. And so, more exploring. Now that's a pretty big valley there. I don't want to fall down there without knowing what I'm doing. Let's see if I can make a jump somewhat decent up. Foods. What do I want to eat? Carrots. We're going to regen some of our health, and we're going to hope that this doesn't kill us. Ouch. Okay, so that didn't work as well as I was hoping, but we're not dead. That's a bonus. And we should be able to get up here without too much difficulty. Now, as far as longer term plans for the series or any specific mega builds or anything like that, I don't really have anything like that in mind. You can in expert mode at great cost, mind you, but you can get some creative items, like a creative energy cell, creative tank, creative mana pool. Where do I want to go? I don't want to go that way. That way's marsh. I think I want to go this way. Like I said, quite expensive, quite time consuming to make, but it's one of those end game goals. So getting all those would be kind of the end point for the series. Assuming I don't already still have, things that I want to be doing. And here's that meteorite. We'll just keep its location in mind. We can see it from the map. Big scar. Actually, need to check these out. They're Thaumcraft obelisks, or areas. This one looks like it's probably an obelisk. Yep. Baddies can spawn around though, so, approach at your own risk, at least this early in the game. Now this one looks like it's probably a loot chest. So yeah, awesome. These also spawn baddies, or can. I believe there's a wisp spawner underneath it. It doesn't really seem to be functional though. I've never actually had them spawn. And lots of cool stuff in here. But, see, this is where inventory comes into play again. We don't really need the books. I do want these Ender Lily seeds. With those, we can grow some of our own Ender Pearls. What else? The Iridium Shard is nice. If you can get enough of those... Did I jinx myself? If you get enough of those, you can make some Iridium Ore, which will, again, speed up your progress down the road. Nether quartz. I'll take the tin. The music disc. None of the rest is really as important. I think with the tin, yeah, I can make shears. So if necessary down the road, I can do that. So that was a decent find again. The Ender Lily seeds are pretty key. It means I can grow, you know, some of my own Ender Pearls. Less having to hunt down and fight Endermen, which is always a good thing. And we'll see, or try to see what's on the north side of this mountainous area, which looks like it's more mountains. So mountains aren't bad either, in terms of a place that I like to build. They can be a little bit difficult, or they're not as... I guess they're not as nice looking in some places. I like building on the sides of mountains, more than building on tops of mountains. That makes sense. Kind of like the hanging village sort of thing off the edge. I passed some cows. Crap. But I think I saw some more on the map up here. Yeah, looks like it. So we'll go pay them a visit. And then that's probably going to be near wrapping up point on this first episode, which has not been super eventful. The first episode of a new Minecraft series rarely is. I think between this and next one, I'll probably do most of my exploring off camera and just kind of bring you back for the highlights, interesting stuff I find, but all this sort of wandering in the wilderness I'll probably just cut out. We'll see if we can get enough leather here to make a hang glider and show that off. Oh yeah, definitely. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. So get out our crafting table. We're going to need some sticks. We're going to need to make 2 hang glider wings. We're going to need the rest of this leather. Come on, okay. And we're going to attach the 2 hang glider wings together. And we're going to get a hang glider. We're going to drop that. I'm going to condense these down so that doesn't actually free up any inventory space. Don't need that, don't need that. We'll take this. We'll grab our hang glider. Now you can see the awesomeness, especially since we're way up high here. And we've got a nice flat area out there. We're actually going to run up there and take a jump off that. And we'll be able to glide pretty far, not have to worry about wasting too much energy. Get a nice bird's eye view of this plains area out here. And it should be good. It should definitely help in terms of travel and getting around. Even into the mid-game, it's actually pretty helpful. Once you start getting jetpacks and stuff, you can actually use the jetpack to fly up and then use the glider to get around better without having to waste as much energy. And so here we go. Yep, pretty awesome. One of my favorite early game tools. And we can just kind of, you know, glide off in this direction for as long as we've got. Got another obelisk down there. This is a nice plains area. I kind of like these areas to build in. This nice forest over here might be cool. We've got a witch's circle here. Actually, I kind of want to go down and check. They have a loot chest in them. So I may actually make that our wrap-up point here. See if there's anything useful in there, and then call it an episode. Underneath this water is actually a dispenser, and interesting stuff. Thorns, not so much. What do I not want to keep? See, this is where inventory again. Get rid of the wool. We'll open the rare treasure. Thaumium axe is useful for crafting, but it doesn't actually have much productive purpose. And it looks like it's getting dark again. So we're going to open up this rare treasure. An emerald, that's not bad. The gold coins are actually nice too. I wonder how much... Can I just... I can't. They are or dictionaried with gold nuggets, I believe, so they can serve the same purpose, but I guess you can't just convert them directly into nuggets. Take a quick nap. And that's going to be the end of this episode. Thank you all for watching. It's been, like I said, it's been a bit dull. It's the first episode. They always are. Between this and next, I will do a bit of exploration and just kind of wander around. I'll try to record anything interesting I come across. Aside from that, we should probably by the end of the next episode have enough info and enough materials and whatnot, and have satisfied my need for exploration enough to actually settle down and start building at least some sort of a little starter house or mine shaft or something along those lines. So thank you again for watching. This has been SageEthereal. This has been Minecraft Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved Expert Mode. Bit of a mouthful. And I hope to see you all in the next episode. Feel free to leave any comments, any constructive criticism, anything I can do better or have been doing well in the comments below. Definitely love to hear back from you. And yeah, have a good day.